Wait till you see what AI is going to do to hiring. Job seekers are struggling to find work, and employers can't seem to fill positions. The problem is hiring managers need people ready to do the job, and they don't want to train anyone. This is why degrees are mattering less, and why somebody with an active tech blog or YouTube channel who's actually building stuff and doing the thing can get hired with no credentials over someone with a degree in computer science, or 2 degrees, or a master's degree, or a PhD. The ability to actually do the thing is all that matters now. Expect to see AI services soon that look at a person's social media, blog, YouTube, whatever, and then do an interactive interview with them and give a score of how likely they are to do a good job at this job. This will cut through all the credentials, all the fluff, all sorts of other BS and get at the real thing. The value of traditional education will drastically fall as a result of this, because degrees won't significantly raise these scores for most people. I used to think that it was all about expose people to the training and they will get better. And you just need better training if they're not moving. Turns out that's not it. It's actually something inside the person that if they are that person who's going to be awesome, it doesn't take much to prompt them or to stimulate them into their curiosity, which just makes them a voracious reader and learner and studier. And all of a sudden, boom, they shoot out of the thing. That's why the help desk is so good at finding talent, because it's a wide filter. There's so many people on help desk, but there's somebody on help desk who the moment they sat on the tier 1 floor, they immediately started answering all the questions for everyone else. Boom, they become tier 2. Boom, they become tier 3. And before long, they go into networking, they go into sysadmin, or they go into programming, or they go into security, and they shoot off and they become a star. There are people who come in with 2 degrees, go to tier 1, you send them to Harvard, the best training, the best everything, and they can't even move into tier 2. They're there for 6 years, and when they see a problem that they've seen a million times, they call their manager or they ask the person next to them. Here's 2 extremes here. Lots of education, little ability to do the thing practically and technically, versus somebody who doesn't have much training at all, no exposure to this stuff, no networking, no connections, and they're just voracious. And they just jump into it and they learn the stuff instantly. And they're like, oh, you can just code that? Oh, what's the name of that? Python? Oh, okay, guess I'll go learn Python. They come back, they're like, hey, I wrote a program to do that. When did you learn Python? Oh, I didn't. I watched a couple YouTube videos. I wrote a program. Some people are like that. And some people are the opposite of that. This is what AI is good at. It's going to be able to tell you the difference between those. You're going to be able to filter through tens of thousands of resumes, find people like that, send them into an additional filter, which is like a live interview with like an AI avatar, runs them through scenarios, sees how curious they are. It's going to find the magic sauce. The same magic sauce that I'm talking about right now, the AI is going to find that magic sauce. It's going to give them a score, and they're going to shoot to the top. And guess what? Everyone's going to go hire those people. Tough times for new grads. Entry-level hiring projected to drop by 5.8% in 24. Wait till you see 25 and 26 and 27. It's going to get nastier. Nobody wants to hire a new person. Nobody wants to train new people. This is why there is the gap in hiring. This is why so many people are getting out of college, can't find a job. It's because they're like, hey, look, I've got my degrees. Can't wait to do my training so you can teach me how to do my job. And the hiring manager is like, yeah, so about that, we're busy. We don't have time to train anybody. So we won't be hiring you. We will be hiring Caleb, who is a 15-year-old doing this job already and has been for 3 years in between playing video games. And that's who we're going to hire instead of you with your master's degrees. It'll filter for drive, curiosity, obsession, and proof of work. Like actual builders and coders and people who raise insightful questions that are curious. This is going to spawn a completely new type of education dedicated to making more people like the stars that I'm talking about. Not teach them, oh, it's about what you can remember. And instead teach them it's about what you find interesting. Get that curiosity into them early, then expose them to modules of training instead of stupid curricula. I think the most screwed people right now are those who don't know themselves, right? They don't know what they're about. They don't have a purpose. They can't articulate like why they get up in the morning and what they're driving towards, why they do the job that they're doing, other than, well, it's just the job I have or whatever. So my recommendation, know yourself and be able to articulate that thing.